using like GPS.
Okay. And you were pretty savvy with that on the iPhone?
That I could do.
Okay. So what do you think? Was it easier on the iPhone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who else has an iPhone in here? Just show hands. iPhone, Android phone? What type?
Android.
Android? Okay. Okay. Nobody? Okay. Okay, no problem. You ma'am? Smartphone?
Yeah, that lost me one time.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So good morning. Thank you so much for coming out here today. This shows that you all are very serious about learning how to be savvy with your smartphone. So I really appreciate your time. So once again, thank you to the library for allowing us to host this event. The library is one place that I come to when I want answers. So about 15 years ago, when I got started with my own technical career, I came to the library and I started seeking answers. So from that journey, that took me on to the Air Force, where I learned a little bit more about technology. And then I came back to Vegas in 2008. It's been out here the last 10 years and been involved in technology since that time. So I'm so thankful that you guys are here and want to share a couple ideas with you about your smartphone. So thank you for coming out. Thank you to the library. And then just a little bit about myself. My name is Jamal Abbott, and I had my first experience teaching about technology with my own grandmother. So about 7 years old, I had the opportunity to show my grandma how to use her VCR so she could record her favorite soaps, The Young and the Restless. So since that time, like I said, I went on to serve in the military and then do a couple activities outside of the military in the world of telecommunications and IT, or information technology. So I've also shared my experiences online. So if you're familiar with Quora.com or LinkedIn.com, that's a place where you can share information, share ideas, articles, and things of that nature. Then I also have a blog that I share more information about business phone systems called thephoneguy.com. So just a little bit about myself. We're here to learn about digital technologies, specifically the smartphone. And we're going to cover a few things. We're going to learn about what digital technology is, digital learning is, and the problem that we have with digital learning, and specifically with older adults. There's quite a few statistics out there that I want to share with you all, and it's some really good stuff. We have a solution, and the solution is really in this classroom, and it all involves you all participating in this class. And then specifically, we're going to go into some steps that we can become smartphone savvy. Who wants to become smartphone savvy in here? Yeah, amen to that. And then I'll have some additional resources and we'll have some questions. We can answer some specifics about the smartphone. All right, who remembers any of these things on the left-hand side back in the day? Alarm clock, the yellow pages. I still get a phone book delivered to my house. I'm not sure why I still get that, but the phone company still sent it to me today. I needed a map to get to this library here today. I wasn't too sure how to get here. And those roundabouts, oh my goodness, if I didn't have that GPS. And then anybody remember the old operators back in the day? So you had to push 0, or maybe you can just pick up the phone line and say, hey, can you connect me to whoever? Anybody familiar with party lines? Yeah? Okay. So these are all technologies that we used to do back in the day, and essentially the smartphone has done just about all of these things. So instead of having the yellow pages, and nobody wants to carry around the yellow pages with them if they want to go somewhere, we can look this all up on the phone. So that's the beauty about where we're at here today. Why is digital technology important? Why is digital learning important? There are a number of things that we do here today in the world that involves these type of digital technologies. So anything from financial transactions to social interactions, and then even the political stuff. There's a lot of politicians out there that are using Twitter, social media, and other mediums to communicate and let people know what's going on in the world here today. It's also great for connecting with people. You can have online communities. You can communicate with your family and friends. Anybody have loved ones that are not living in Las Vegas that you communicate with or regularly. This is one way to do it, and then you still feel connected to them without, physically being there in person with them. This is also an opportunity to improve your quality of life. So specifically, I had the opportunity to run into an app this year called Instacart. So anybody do grocery shopping in here? Anybody?
Yeah.
So Instacart is an online application that allows you to do grocery shopping without you being physically in the grocery store. So you order the things on your app. That app is that order is sent to somebody else who receives that, and they do the shopping on your behalf. And then they deliver the groceries directly to your doorstep. Now you're probably looking at me like, look, dude, you look kind of young to not be going to the grocery store and doing your own shopping, but I promise you there's some value in this. So just imagine if you wanted to do that grocery shopping, but either you couldn't get to it because you didn't have enough time in the day, maybe you're not physically able to do that. How much of a game changer would that be if you had somebody to do that for you? Let's just pretend that you didn't even have a car, or your car is broken down. Somebody else can do that for you, and then you can still eat the same foods that you want to do. That's the type of stuff that we're talking about here today. Those are the technologies that are present today, and it's changing people's lives. For some people, yes, ma'am.
Could you please explain exactly what is an app and how you download one?
Yes, I sure will. So I got you covered later on in the presentation, but I really appreciate you bringing that up. So just real quick, I'll just kind of cover that real quick. An app is short for application, and all it is just software on your phone. So the phone app on your phone for you to make phone calls, that's an application. The application on your phone to take pictures, that's an application. It's software that runs on the phone and allows you to do specific functions that you wouldn't normally do outside of that. But we'll cover that in a little bit more detail. And I do have some slides on how to download apps that aren't on your phone. Some people don't think the technology isn't relevant to them. So there was a survey done by Pew Research, and I believe this was back in 2013. So they found that 34% of non-internet users did not go online because they didn't think it was relevant to them. I would beg to differ, especially with what we have going on today. But we still have new connected devices that are coming out each and every day. And as this young lady had said earlier, she got a new device for Christmas, and now she needs help with getting that set up. Another statistic, this is done by Pew Research in 2015. 34% of internet users ages 65 or older said they had little to no confidence in their abilities to use electronic devices to perform online activities. In 2016, 1 in 7 Americans reached the age of 65 years of age or older. So that's 49.2 million people. That's quite a few folks. So if you take those two statistics together, we have about approximately 16.7 million adults ages 65 or older that's struggling with digital technologies. So this 16.7 million, that's about the population size of Zimbabwe. It's a country in Africa. So could you imagine a country full of adults that don't know how to use digital technologies? What's the big deal? Why is this important? Why are we talking about this here today? The 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is important. We have to get this figured out. If not, we're going to be left behind. And we don't want to do that. We know that this world is evolving rapidly every single moment. And if we don't do something about this, we're going to get to this point where we have this divide that's going to grow over and over and over again in time. we're gonna be here today to close that gap so we can function and then stay with the relevance in the 21st century that we're all living in. So there was another survey here. 48% of older adults said the statement, when I get a new electronic device, I usually need somebody to help me get it set up. I'm not that familiar with it, I'm not that comfortable with it, and I need some assistance. Quick story here. So I was in California earlier this year. I was visiting my grandmother and my auntie. So my grandmother's about 80-something years old, and my auntie's in her 60s. So just like with the woman up here up front, her daughters, my auntie, her daughters gave her a new present for her birthday. It was a Fire TV stick. Have you heard of the Fire TV stick at all, by chance? So it's just this little device. It's about this big, and then you plug it into the TV, and then you can look at movies, you can look at pictures, that kind of stuff. So that was sitting for a good month because she did not know how to use it. So I came, I set it up, I showed her how to use it, and life is good. She was pretty happy about it. And then at the same time too, she was able to save on her cable bill just because she found that everything that she watched was on this little device instead of getting it from the traditional cable television providers. So there are some cost savings when you learn how to use these technologies for your advantage. What are you going to get from this class? That's really the big question here. As the music plays, drum roll.
How do I get this to show it? See, that's what happens. I'm pressing it.
Just slide like that. Boom.
Oh, it's loaded in the wrong direction.
It's okay. No worries. Yeah, that's why we're here. You were getting that call today because they were going to tell you that you were going to develop confidence from taking this type of class. And not just this class in particular, but any of the classes that you want to take, or any of the books that you want to check out from this library, or any of the stuff that you want to look up on the internet. You're going to develop confidence to use these technologies to transform your life. That's the goal of this class. Question, why are we going to learn about the smartphone first?
So we know how to use it.
Absolutely. We got to get this thing figured out. And as you can tell with everybody in here, pretty much everybody has a smartphone in here. There's another survey done here by Pew Research, and they found that 77% of Americans in America own a smartphone. And that's the reason why we're going here first. With the smartphone and other type of handheld devices, there's a low barrier to entry with learning. So this is my son here, and he's using his tablet to do his ABCs. So that just kind of shows you what apps are out there and how easy it is to use them. And then once again, these devices can be used anywhere and any place. So that's why we're focusing here on the smartphone. All right, who's ready to be smartphone savvy in here? Show of hands, show of hands. All right. Let's rock and roll here. Okay, so we're gonna work on the FCCs, and we're gonna talk about the FCC in here just a little bit. So as I was studying the data from Pew Research, the one thing that I found was that there was quite a few commonalities with the statistics. We found that people weren't getting familiar, and that led to not being comfortable with the technology. And then that led to no confidence in your abilities to use these type of technologies. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip that. We're gonna get familiar by taking these type of classes. Once we get familiar, we're gonna get comfortable. Then once we get comfortable, we're gonna get confidence. Then we can show other people how to use the devices that we know how to use on a day-to-day basis. So just a little pyramid here. We're all here at the beginning. We're all trying to figure this out. And then we're going to move up to this point here to where we get confident in our abilities. Then once we get to that level of confidence, that's going to be our foundation. And then nothing else is going to stop us because we have this base to work off of. So once we get confident with the smartphone, then we can move on to maybe the laptop. Maybe if we figure out the laptop, maybe we go and do our own online blog. Maybe if we get really confident and comfortable, we do a YouTube video series and we talk about anything that we want, and maybe other people may have the same interests that we have in our community. What affects your FCCs? Curiosity. You have to be curious. You have to know what drives the technology. You have to know how to use the technology. And the only way we do that is we have to be curious and we have to look up this information. If we have the negative mindset, like, you know what, I can't do this, you know, I'm just not good enough to do this. Who remembers driving the car here for the first time? Right? Now, with the car, did we like know how to do this? Like, could we just, you know, watch somebody, maybe watch my dad drive the car and say, you know what, okay, drive, steering wheel. Okay, that's easy. I got this. I get this. My 9-year-old son tells me this all the time. Dad, I know how to drive a car because I've watched you drive a car. I'm like, son, it's not that simple. Let me show you a thing or two real quick. But it's not until you get behind the wheel and then you turn on that ignition, then you get your hands on the wheels and you start driving, then you turn, then you stop, then you go. But once you get that experience, you're going to get that confidence to drive down the road and to get to your final destination. So that's the same thing that we're doing here with this technology. We got to get behind the wheel, we got to pick up our phone, and we just got to do it. And then we got to do it again. Then we got to show somebody else how we did it. And then that's how we're going to boost up these FCCs. So practical steps, learn, practice, show. This is all about exercise, baby. Learn, practice, show. Say it with me. Learn, practice, show. Oh, come on now. Come on. Learn, practice, show. Come on, let's go. Learn, practice, show. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you better show us.
Yeah, that's it. All right, the basics. Let's get it. All right, so 4 uses of the smartphone. Communication, information, entertainment, and services. Any application that are out there, it's going to fall under one of these 4 categories. And they operate in the form of an app. So we're going to get to your question here too about the app. What is an app? What exactly is an app? So any one of these services right here, or any one of these are just applications that are waiting for us to use on the phone. Anybody familiar with this green icon right here?
Yeah.
What is it? Shout it out.
Your telephone.
Yeah, for the phone, right? Sending messages, talking, communicating with somebody. So we got Google here, looking up things on the internet. Netflix, anybody? Netflix, no? You in the back? What's your favorite Netflix show or recent movie that you watched on Netflix?
I haven't watched for a while because I forgot not to do it.
Okay, all right, no problem. We're gonna get you back there. Anybody heard of Uber?
Yeah, I had it on my other phone, but I need to get it on this one.
Okay, yeah, we got you covered. This is coming up. We're like, hey, come on, Jamal. I know you're educating us, but we want to get to the apps. All right, I got you covered. All right, what is an application? Or app? Application. Software that runs on your smartphone. Solves a specific problem. That's it. Nothing more complicated than that. If I want something to eat, I'm gonna look for an app that tells me how to get something to eat. Or I might go to the internet to figure out where I can get something to eat at. If I want to ride, I might call somebody using my phone app, or I might call an Uber and it has somebody pick me up from where I'm at.
Yeah, you have to park the car, you have to figure out where you're going. You know, you get in the Uber, they take you where you want to go, and you know, you come out, you plug it in, they come pick you up and take you where you go. It was wonderful.
Absolutely. And then you don't have to worry about that awkward exchange of cash, like, hey, do you have change for 100 or anything like that?
Yeah, it goes right on your credit card.
Absolutely. Great. Appreciate you sharing that.
How about Lyft? Does anybody use that?
Yeah, Lyft is pretty popular
Same
too.
thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Share.
It's very much exactly the same thing as Uber. I use it for just depends, I don't know, how I feel.
Right, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Lyft, Lyft's
I haven't
another
used
popular
either,
one.
but I was just curious.
Yeah, Lyft is pretty popular. Do you know what the colors look like for Lyft? Their logo or the brand at all?
The big L, no.
It's so it's spelled Lyft, Lyft, but you can't miss it because you'll see these cars driving and they have what looks like a pink lava lamp in the car. Yeah, it's glowing pink. So those are Lyft drivers that are driving around. So the other thing too about this is that some of these drivers drive for both. They'll drive for Uber or for Lyft. But either one, I mean, they're going to get you to where you need to get to. So once again, these technologies are connecting people that need rides, and then these people that want to get rides and get the most out of their car, they're willing to drive you around for a small fee.
Is there a difference in price between the two?
It's not really. I think it all depends on where you're at, what's going on in the area, and so the rates kind of fluctuate.
Yeah, because it seemed it was much more expensive for me to go from the airport to home here than when I went all over the place in Seattle.
Yeah, and that might be just a Vegas thing, especially we have so many people coming in and out of the city. So that I can see that being the reason why the rates go up. The other thing too, you got to think about like with NASCAR weekend and
Oh, yeah.
any of those type of like conventions that are coming into town. Exactly. So, and the good thing though is that you can kind of plan this stuff out in advance. So it's like, okay, I'm looking here, I don't want to do the Uber, let me just call my daughter and have her take me to, wherever. Or, maybe get a taxi, but at least you can compare the fares.
Oh, a taxi's much more than Uber.
Yeah, yep.
Absolutely.
You can compare the fares, you don't have to worry about getting ripped off now.
$10 more.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
It's nuts.
Yeah. So no transparency, pre-apps, pre-technology. Now that we have this technology in the forefront, we have a whole lot of transparency and we can make the best decision on what we want to do with our lives. So that's the beauty about understanding this and the digital technologies that we're involved in today. All right, the $1 million question. How in the world do we get apps on our phone? So we did a quick poll here this morning and we learned that there's two devices generally. So you have Apple devices and then you have Android or Google devices. So let me just talk about the two differences here real quick about these two phones. I got two of them actually in my pocket. Well, I had to. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Deep pocket.
Yeah. And you might be wondering, okay, dude, why are you walking around with two smartphones? One's for work and then one's for personal. But so this one's an Apple phone. This one is an Android phone. So this one was made by the company Google. They make the software for this particular phone. These ones are generally more popular because they're generally cheaper, they're more widely available, and they offer a lot more features and functionality compared to this device. So Apple, they're actually becoming like a premium phone. So some of the newer iPhones that have come out,
$1,500.
yeah, that'll make you have a heart attack. I don't want to pay mortgage payment for a smartphone. But to each his own. There's no judgment here. So two different types of devices, and there's two different ways to get to their app stores. So you're going to look for these two icons here. So let's go ahead and open up your phones here real quick. I'll do this here with you.
See now, how do I get this stuff off my phone? Okay.
All right, so yes, you open up the menu here.
Yeah.
So what you're going to be looking for, you see those dots right there in the middle? Yeah, so that's your, I'm sorry, right there, that little circle. There you go, yeah, push that. That opens up your menu. Let's see. Okay, you got yours open, that's good. And that's your home screen. Let's see here.
Play Store down here.
Okay, you got the Play Store down there, good.
Versus almost the same.
Yep, you got yours right there.
Yeah, just.
Let me see yours here real quick. Okay, so I see you have your Play Store. You go and download apps for the Android phones. If you're an Apple user, you open up the App Store. This is the icon for the App Store for Apple. And this might be on your home screen or maybe on another screen on your phone. So just all you gotta do is swipe over and look for these two icons, and then you click that.
Okay, so
Everybody with us so far?
we go to the Play Store.
Yeah, so you go to the Play Store, or you go to the App Store.
Okay.
So this may look different, they constantly update these screens.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you're either gonna be presented with a list of categories, or you're gonna look for a search bar towards the top of your screen.
This says Google sign
Yeah.
Just press
I don't have
Play
any
Store.
categories.
No, just go to scroll.
So since it's asking to sign in, you'll have to sign in for the first time before you can get into the Play Store. We can look at that after this class too. But you generally sign in with an email, and then it'll log you in to the store so you can download applications.
I don't
Yes.
have any categories.
Yeah, so let's see here. Push that arrow button right there. See, let's go back. So it has some recommendations there. So these are the different categories here. So click that one that says categories at the top. And then you see here how they have arts, beauty, books. So those are the different places that you can find applications on your phone.
But I'm not finding.
You guys got that?
Yeah.
Open it up.
Just give her Wi-Fi.
Okay, good deal. And how about you, sir? So click that Play Store icon.
Yeah.
So, okay, perfect. And then there's this categories here section, so if you click that,
I'll let you read that.
yes, sir. And then you see here that has the arts, beauty, business. So these are different categories that you can choose from on your phone. So you're in there, okay, perfect.
Well, that's just.
Let's see, I can't find Uber in here.
Perfect, all right. So let's just say here real quick that you want to find a specific application, and then we're gonna pick on Uber here since we're on a roll with this. If you want to find Uber and if you can't find it in one of those listed categories, raise your hand if you can find this magnifying glass on your phone. Okay, we got one. It might be in the upper right hand corner, it might be in the lower right hand corner, somewhere on the screen. Okay, you found yours?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will look with you guys.
I don't have the glass, but we got a microphone.
Microphone? Okay, so that one, okay, so that one that if you wanted to speak the app name, you can be like Uber. And then it pops up Uber automatically if you hit that microphone.
Uber?
And
Uber.
all you gotta do is just tap it, just a light tap.
Uber?
Uber.
I think the screen protector's getting in the way here
Right there doing
too.
stuff.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Okay. Uber?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any.
Okay, let me take a look.
Uber?
Like I said, they change the stuff all the time, so sometimes it's kind of hard to keep up with the stuff. All right, let's scroll back up to the top.
This way.
Other way. There you go. You go to the Play Store, and then there's going to be this area that says Google Play here at the top, next to the microphone. There's two ways you can search. You can search with your voice by tapping the microphone, or you tap on this part that says Google Play, and then it's going to pull up a keyboard to where you can type in the app or the thing that you're looking for.
But see, I got the Uber, okay, Uber, but then what happens?
Double tap.
Okay, so
Goes
let's
back to Google Play.
look up Uber again. We're just going to play with this one since we're all trying to figure this out.
Okay, Uber.
Yeah, okay, so look, go ahead and click that again.
So I guess it's.
Keeps going back and forth.
I see. Let's go back. I think your problem is
Yeah, why don't you guys just do that?
So,
Yeah, B.
what?
Look for the B. Click the E part.
See if Uber's.
Oh.
Okay, and then hit that magnifying glass.
Oh, then, yeah, okay.
All right. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. We're in the book section. Just bear with me 1 second, everybody. So,
Yeah, I don't see it.
my apps and games.
'Cause I had it.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, if you look for Uber, it should, boom, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll cover that again here real quick. So just to recap here real quick, there's a search bar towards the top. we tap this, we can type for the name, Uber, and then once you see this, you'll actually see the application on your home screen. So it'll tell you to install, or it'll tell you to get more information.
It's over here. I'm gonna put this on.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I got the Uber here.
Okay, so you already got Uber here. So for you, you're already ahead of the game. So let's do another thing. Let's look up another app here. Has anybody else in here heard of Snapchat by chance? Snapchat? Okay.
We don't use, I don't use any of the social stuff.
Okay, we're gonna cover that here in just a little bit. So we're gonna look up Snapchat here real quick. So see if I can write this out here real quick. So Snapchat, SNAPCHAT. So that'll be the exercise here real quick. If we can look this up in the Play Store, but let's see if we can find this and let me know who gets it.
Snapchat.
And however you want to look for it, you can search it by your by your voice. You can use your fingers. So I can work with you real
Snapchat.
quick since you're not logged in here.
Did you type code?
All right. So any questions at this point on how to find apps? Good?
When does Uber ask for the credit card? After you started?
Well, I think it's during the sign-up process when they ask for the credit card. So you know, and there might be some other promotions. They might give you a couple bucks here or there, you know, just to start off. But so yeah, so somewhere during the sign-up process, they'll ask you for that credit card information.
Is that
or
something I
card.
don't want to put in on Wi-Fi?
Not here. No. So this.
Turn Wi-Fi off, turn data on. or
Yeah,
data-
yeah, exactly, yeah. So if you're in a public setting like this, you may not want to do it. I trust the library, but sometimes I don't trust somebody else outside of the library that may not have my best interests. But if you're in a public setting, you may want to wait till you get home before you install those applications, or use your own internet connection.
Data service.
Yeah, to do that.
That's another thing.
Yes.
What is the difference between cellular data usage and, what's the terminology?
Let's start with the W.
I don't know.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go there real quick. Because if we don't have these things, then we can't download these applications.
Which are you paying more for? What's, I don't understand that.
Okay. So that depends. So I'm gonna draw this signal here. All right. Hey, does this look familiar at all, or does it look like a bunch of lines out here?
If you can build those signals, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And then how about this one?
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Take a yes. Anybody?
No.
Yes,
Yes. Go ahead.
but I have a map, so I see that.
Okay. You see this one?
Yeah.
You know what the term is for this?
Yeah, please.
I try to stay where it's.
Okay.
It's sort of boring.
Okay.
It's a little.
All right.
It's talking.
So this is your
Yes.
cellular data,
Oh,
and then this one is Wi-Fi.
okay. See, I share cellular data here, but I don't show one.
So how Wi-Fi works, let's just say that you come into a place like the library, and we know the library has free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So what you have to do, you'll have to sign into the library Wi-Fi, and depending on where you go, they may ask you for a username and password. With the library, all you have to do is just click I agree and accept the terms and conditions, and then this gets activated on your phone, and then now you can take advantage of the library Wi-Fi services. and then you can browse the internet, and then you can look up information and things of that nature.
So that would only be like if I'm home or when I go to certain places like Starbucks or something like that, then you, or somebody else has Wi-Fi, you have to put in code.
Absolutely, correct, correct.
Now, am I gonna pay extra for doing that on
No.
my phone?
No,
Okay.
No.
So the cellular, now the cellular data is part of what I normally pay for every month?
right, yes.
Okay.
Correct. And then who's your provider? AT&T,
Verizon.
Sprint, Verizon? Okay. So whenever you're on this is a part of your normal plan that you pay for monthly. Some cellular data plans are limited in the sense is that you can't use all your data. It just depends on what you're set up for.
Right.
So there may be a certain limit that you get up to each month, and then you have to be cognizant of that.
Oh.
And if that's the case, then you would look for these type of connections if you're out and
Oh,
about
that's
with your Wi-Fi.
Okay. So the Wi-Fi is free
Mhm.
after you max out your cellular?
Or another strategy is, you know what, I want to conserve this because I know I have to pay extra if I go over this. Let me find these places and then use that instead. So I have nieces and nephews. Whenever they come over, they're like, hey, Uncle Jay, what's the Wi-Fi password? That's all they care about. They don't even care about me. What's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So yeah, so cellular data, there's a A missing here.
Okay.
You pay for Wi-Fi, you don't necessarily have to pay for,
Okay.
but there's some other strategies here too. So if you have Wi-Fi in the home, and real quick, let me back up real quick. Who has home internet service? Good, okay, perfect, that's excellent. So if you have a home internet service, if you have Wi-Fi enabled in your home, basically where you can move about around the house anywhere and still have access to the internet, then you have Wi-Fi, that you have that running, and you see the signal on your phone or on your computer. If for whatever reason the internet goes down, then you can jump over to the cellular data and then use this to connect to the
Yes,
internet
I
and use the
love that.
services. Yeah, exactly. All right, any other questions about cellular or Wi-Fi? Does anybody feel like they're paying too much for this? That might be another class.
Yeah.
The El Cheapo one is 2 gig,
Yeah.
so which is more than enough for what we do, because I use Wi-Fi sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I work from home, so I rarely use this, and I use this quite a bit at the house.
How do you know how much cellular data you have on your plan?
So if you log into your account, either you log into your account online, and then you can check it from there, or you can call a representative and then ask them, hey, how much data do I have for the month?
Because I pay the same fee every month regardless of what I use. So
Okay.
I guess I'm like, oh, whatever it is. I
Right,
don't know.
yeah. So either that, or you may be on some type of like unlimited plans where you don't have to worry about it. So it's like, hey, I pay $200 a month and I'm covered with any phone calls, and that might be high, but just a number, But so any phone calls, any text messages I send, or any type of data usage I use to get on the internet, one flat fee, and that fluctuates depending upon what's going on in the world. So at one point in time, I remember when I was in high school, whenever I sent a text message, it was like 10 cents per text message.
Oh, yeah, it used to be
Yeah.
extra for text or
We
something.
will be in California. They're pushing for
Yeah,
it.
they
It was on
want,
the
they want
paper
to,
today.
they want to add a tax for text message
Yeah.
That is-
now.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm from California, so I.
We are too.
That- yeah, that's another class too.
Yeah.
Also, you can, at least on Android, go to settings, connections, data usage, and it'll tell you how much data you use.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And then there's another strategy with that too. So, and this is built into Android, maybe even built into the Apple devices too.
Gigabyte.
So on your phone, you can actually, and let's just say that you're concerned about using too much of this in a month, you can tell your phone, if I get to this amount of data usage on my phone, to stop and not to use any more, or to limit it and not to use any more. And then that can be reset on I think on a monthly basis. But so yeah, your phone can help you manage your data if you're constantly running into issues with that.
Wi-Fi data. And, but how much does it say? I pulled it up, but it just says mobile data usage .10
Okay, perfect.
But,
About a megabyte, yeah.
but where does it say how much I have in the
Whoops, settings.
words, or what
Big
do I
screen.
have to
Scroll.
Yeah, so this is all, it's telling you how much you use on your phone, but you would have to go to Verizon and find out specifically how much data you use on the cellular data side of things. And Verizon may even have an app that makes it easier for you to manage that as well too.
Well, I never had to worry about it, because I always had the same, I had the same flat face. So
Yeah.
Oh, 0
I never
bytes,
thought about
0
it,
bytes.
you know.
You gotta
Right.
have 0 bytes.
All right.
Doesn't use data a lot.
You got some other things going on in your life.
Oh, I see, I have 0.10 gigabytes.
All right, so just gonna move on to the next screen here. We're getting ready to wrap up here just a little bit.
No, we haven't started. We're gonna be here for a couple hours.
Hey, take your time. Take your time. Who's familiar with searching on the internet? Anybody at all? You know how to find stuff if you
I know how to do it on my computer, do it on my phone.
not on your phone? Okay. You ready for another exercise?
Yes.
All right. All right, so we have Android phones. This is from an iPhone. I chose an iPhone because most people seem to have iPhones. But since we're going to be doing this on the Android phone, I want you to look for one of two things. It's going to say, just bear with me 1 second here. And let me know if you guys can see this. It's going to say internet. And it's going to be, the icon's going to look like basically the globe. And this is my 4/10 of trying to draw our world. But it's going to look something like this. So if you can find this on your screen, or if you can find this somewhere in your app settings, look for this. The other one that you may find too, it may say Chrome. And then Chrome looks like, it's going to be really bad. Yeah. So it's going to look something like that. This is really bad.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No, I know I have to get
So
something.
find one of these two things here, please.
Firefox.
Firefox. No, yeah, good.
I had Chrome on.
You're sophisticated.
Oh, yeah. Mostly for her.
It's all right. One is weak, the other one is strong. I have issues with other things at home too. My wife says that I'm not sophisticated when it comes to cooking and cleaning, so.
Oh, here it is.
I cook, she cleans.
Okay, yeah. Teamwork to make the dream work. All right, so how are we doing so far with finding the internet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Still
so,
on Firefox.
okay. You see this box right here, and it has some type of words in here that has like a website or some type of address. So you know that you've made it to the internet at that point. So I want everybody to go to google.com. So how we do that, you're gonna tap into this box, and then you should have a keyboard that pops up.
Okay, I have Google.
Okay, perfect, perfect. You're there? Tap up here. And then, so you actually have a shortcut for Google, so you can click that. And, okay, you're going to google.com.
Just click on Google.
Yeah, okay, you have a shortcut, yep, go ahead and tap that.
Google.com is.
Yes, and then you can, see here. You should hit go. Oh, okay, yeah. I see. All right, so the next exercise here for us, we're going to type in LVCCLV.
What is it?
LVCCLV.
Type in.
Just backspace.
Class to search for that specific term that I told you.
What specific thing?
LVCCLV. Okay, you did it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now not there, so for you it's the go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go. And then now you're, predict if you're looking for a specific name or a specific term. So if it does that, you can click on that, and then it'll take you to exactly where you need to get to look for that information on LDCCLD. So did everybody make it to the Google screen where it shows them search results for LDCCLD?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now go ahead and click on that first link for the Las Vegas Clark County Library District. Go ahead and click on that link, and then we should be taken to the library page.
Oh my God, I'm not home.
Let's see, did you make it?
I didn't know you were, yeah, I'm up at the library trying to learn.
You should see a picture of the new library that's gonna be coming up on the east side.
She's got a lot different.
Okay, and I think they scroll too. It's possible, and maybe they may change depending on the browser. But as long as you see some information to the library, you did it. So you made it. You found something on the internet, and then you got to a place to where they can give you more information about the subject that you're looking
School
for.
cyber.
Okay, so you can click that little magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Or you can click it right here. All right, and now you click that first one here. All right, and you made it. You made it. Good job. Good job. So how was that? Easy? Okay? No? Need more practice? Need more practice? All right. Hey, we're getting familiar. So we're at the first step. Perfect.
I have a question.
Yes.
When I get an email message on my phone,
Google, Gmail? Okay.
I have another question. Why is it that Google supplies?
Because you got it.
Yeah. So I have some thoughts about that too, but so Google makes its money off of advertising. So if they understand what you like, they're kind of saying, you know what, I think you may like hats. So they're gonna start showing you ads for hats. And then you click on one of those hats and you say, you know what, I really love this hat. I think I might wanna buy this hat. So by Google connecting you to that place that sells hats, that's how they make money off the internet. So they make money primarily by advertising. And it's not necessarily, I mean, I know this can be a touchy subject, so they're trying to understand your preferences so they can connect you with the services. Your privacy too, yeah.
It's not only what you like to buy, but everything.
Yeah, everything.
else. So there's no privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another way around that too, if you're concerned about privacy, you can choose not to use Google. That's your right. Or you can turn off certain settings. You can tell Google, say, you know what, don't track me, don't follow my information, don't save my history, don't do anything. I just want to use your services, and I don't want you to give me any suggestions because I value my privacy and this is my right, and I don't want you to track me. So there's some other ways to do that too. And that might be another class
That's
too.
one reason I'm not on any social media. Because Facebook
Oh, I hate
is
Facebook.
following.
Oh, God, how can you get rid of that?
So that's interesting that we bring that up
We
here.
just need to use.
So question. Who's on? Go ahead.
DuckDuckGo, you ever go there?
I've heard of that here
They don't have
recently.
other
What is
Yeah,
it?
I've been there for a long time.
Okay.
They don't track.
Yeah, that's right here.
They don't have any.
That's all we use.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, there are different strategies to get and navigate around the internet. So yeah, if you value your privacy, find somewhere else to do your business and do your searching on. All right, so look, we're gonna cover social media here just at a real high level. So I know that you're not on social media and you're terrified of social media, but who else is using social media in here in any form? Anybody using Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? No?
I use Google.
Google, okay. We looked at Snapchat.
take.
What about
That's right.
Pinterest? Anybody heard of Pinterest? No, okay. So with social media, and I know there's concerns about it, but this is a way for people to connect with other like-minded individuals on the internet. So on Facebook, they're primarily known as a way that you can connect with your family and friends. So I have a number of my nieces and nephews that are on Facebook. And actually, a cool story here is that I was actually connected with one of my nieces that we knew about, but we lost connection with. But I was able to easily find her on Facebook. So I looked up her name, sent her a message, and we started communicating back and forth with one another. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that you can connect with people that you know using social media. So Facebook, family and friends, there's a lot more features into that. We can cover that at another time. So Instagram is becoming really, really popular. And then, by the way, Facebook owns Instagram. So they purchased Instagram a couple years ago, and I think it was like somewhere in the billions of dollars. So that's how popular these services are today. So a lot of people connect on Instagram, and they'll share either pictures of themselves, pictures of the world, and it's a way to kind of see the world in other people's viewpoints. So let's just say that you want to take a trip to Paris, but you're not quite there to Paris yet because, you got a budget, and Christmas is coming up, and we might have to wait till the next year for that. So you can go on Instagram and then look up pictures of Paris, and then see Paris from the viewpoint of other people. So I'm just going to do that here real quick since I have Instagram on my phone. So as that's loading up, so YouTube, that's a place that you can look at videos from all over the world, from anybody. I have a couple of videos of myself up on YouTube where I'm sharing some information that somebody might care about. Twitter. So Twitter is another way to communicate. So our President of the United States loves to use Twitter, and other politicians, other celebrities. So this is a way for them to communicate with the rest of the world. So, and then there's some other services here. Snapchat, really popular with teenagers. LinkedIn, this is where career and business-minded people get together. They do networking and connect and share information there. One I found here within the last year that I've come to know and love is this place called Quora. And this is a place that you can go to ask questions about anything in the world on any subject. So if you have a question, somebody has an answer there for you. So I'll just give you an example of what this looks like here. I may have a question about how do I, or what's the best smartphone to purchase. So I may put that out there, and then somebody somewhere around the world will see that, chime in, and they'll give their 2 cents about, hey, you should buy this phone because it has this feature, because it's black, because it's a cheap price point. But if you have questions, you can ask them here. If you don't want to participate and ask questions, you can look at other people's questions and then see other people's answers. So we're talking about digital learning here. This is one way that you can really accelerate the learning by learning from other people that may have similar questions that you may have out there, and maybe just not comfortable enough to ask it. Pinterest is an interesting one. This one, 40% of the users on Pinterest are female. So if you're into scrapbooking, if you're into pin boards, if you're into pictures and ideas and things like that, this is a good way to see what other people have out there and then either follow what they're doing or maybe look at recipes and then take those recipe ideas and use them for yourself, or to look at pictures of just anything to do with pictures. Pinterest is your place. So pretty popular. So let me get back to Instagram here real quick, and I want to go to Paris. So I'm pulling up the Instagram app, and I am going to do a search for Paris. Because I'm not ready to connect because we're teaching a class right now. And then I'm going to go to places. So Paris, France. This is Instagram once again. So I typed in Paris, France, and it's showing me a location of Paris, France. So I can click on that, and it's gonna take me to France on my map. So it's gonna jump over to Google Maps, and it's supposed to take me there. Okay, so Paris, France, just real quick. And then going back to Instagram, so somebody put this picture up of the Eiffel Tower 45 seconds ago. I'm gonna give it a quick like. I wanna be the first one to like this picture. So Sarah is at the Eiffel Tower right now.
Wow.
She put this picture up 1 minute ago. I saw it and I said, you know what? I want to like this picture. So,
What does that do for her? Make her feel great, is that it?
absolutely.
That's it, period.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel good. You know what? I may want to show off the fact that I'm in Paris, France right now. Because this is my first time going to Paris. But she may have some other people that she's follow or has following her, and maybe they've never been to Paris, France before, and this is her lifelong trip that she wanted to do as a child. So now that she's out there, she wants to share this with the whole world because this is a goal of hers that she wanted to do since she was a child. So that might be the reason why you might want to share that stuff on social media. You don't have to. You can stay private. But if you do put yourself out there, and this is no push to say that you need to, but if you do put yourself out there, you may end up meeting some new people that you would have never met had you not done that. So let me give you an idea here. I'm gonna use Instagram here real quick. So this is something crazy. Do you know there's people out there today that actually meet people online and actually get into relationships and end up getting married just from meeting on these type of places? So back in the day, that was like kind of taboo. Like, wow, you met somebody on the internet and you got married to them? That's so weird. Why would you do that? That's like getting the mail order Russian bride. Like, what's wrong with you? But no, this is how people meet up. Yes.
Can you narrow it down to like Las Vegas? You only want to meet up with people in Las Vegas?
Absolutely.
And there's an app for that's just meet up to meet people.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. So there's literally an app I just got on there. It's called Meetup, and then you can see what's going on in Las Vegas, or you can see what's going on in Paris, France. And then that's a way to connect with other like-minded people. So let's just say that you want to meet up with other people that want to learn about the smartphone. You go to Meetup, you type in maybe that term, smartphone savvy or something along those lines, and then you can see who else is trying to join up in those type of groups. Connect, and then exchange ideas, exchange contact information, and develop new relationships. So these platforms allow you to do that. You don't have to, once again, but this is a new avenue that we're all taking advantage of today, if you want to. Any other questions about social media? All right. Yes.
Okay, how can you use your maps on my, when I had my iPhone, all I had to do was click on the address and the map would show up and I'd say, take me there, and boom, it would talk to me how to go.
Oh, okay, GPS. Do you know if it was Apple Maps or was it the Google Maps?
I don't know.
Okay. So if you guys want to do another exercise here, if you can find the Maps application on your phone. So you open your phone up, and there's another section here I want to show you here too. There's these 6 dots that you find on your phone. If you click that open, that's your app drawer, and that shows you where all the apps are hiding at on your phone.
Where is it?
So it depends on your Android phone, but it may be down here in the corner. It says apps. It may be at the middle, but it has
Is this up here?
so that one is to go into your settings, but you already got into it. So if you go back real quick, and you may, so for you actually scroll up. So yeah, okay. So depending on your version of Android, you may have to scroll up or you push a button that says apps.
Okay, so we're going into navigation.
Yeah, so you can So if you're looking into the app into your phone, you can do one of two things. You can open it up and then look for the icon that says Maps on it, or there's a search button at the top, and then like what we did in the Play Store, we can type in up here towards the top, and then we can search for the app that we want. So we can look for Maps, and then it singles out that one particular app on your phone. So that's one way to cut down on the clutter, and then not have to worry about swiping through all these different applications to find this one. So if you find the map on your phone, you click that. So this one is Google Maps.
And see, I have all of this. So do I'm driving now. So is that what I?
And then if you type in the name of the place that you're looking for, so once again, towards the top, you have the microphone, and then you have another place where it says search for directions. You can type that, tap that, type in the place that you want to go to. So Summerlin Library, I'm going to type that in.
Already here.
Yeah, it already says something library right here.
So if I do a search on that term, it's going to pull up that place on the map, and then it'll tell you where you are in location to that place.
Now, from here, where can I click to tell it where I want to go?
Oh, directions?
Yeah, the directions.
Okay. So if you were
Knows
to,
where you are.
That's where it is.
all right, so click on that one. So click that middle one.
Use this place, yes.
Yeah, so select that, and let's just see what we've got here. Or put that stuff down here.
Okay, Google it, find, oh, okay.
So there's usually a place to. There's usually a spot where you can type in the term, and then at the bottom it'll say either get directions or get more information, or you can swipe up from the bottom or click this, and it tells you just a little bit more information about the destination. So there's a directions, there's a call, there's a share.
Okay, but see now, okay, if I want the phone, okay, I say contacts,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
it
tells you
gives me
the
the contacts, but then it doesn't give me a phone number. Okay, this one it does give me a phone, but it doesn't give me where my address is.
Okay.
How do I put the address in?
Okay. Okay. So let's all go there here real quick. So you open up the phone app, right?
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you tell that when you don't want to take highways?
So there's an option in your settings to where you can say avoid highways.
Oh, in the second, so I have to go to settings.
Yeah. Wait, we're gonna save the contact on our phone. So let's find the phone application first. So if you have like a green button on your phone that says phone on it, green button. Green button on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah.
So there you go. So there's yours. Yep. So go ahead and click that. So you click that, you open it up, and then you may have a list of recent calls, and then you may have another place where it says contacts.
Yes.
If you go to a place that says contacts, if it's blank, that means you have no new contacts in there.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, press that.
And then if you want to create a new contact, there may be an option either towards the top or towards the bottom of your screen to add a new contact.
See what happens? Yeah. Every time you do that.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that one and see what's
You
going
know,
on
it
with
is
that.
absolutely ludicrous, 2.7 miles.
So just real quick here, you go to your contacts, so green phone button, go to contacts.
Yes.
If you have no new or if you want to add a new contact, either a plus sign or a little silhouette that says create contact. Once you create that contact, it's going to show information that you can plug in. So the name, maybe who they're associated with, phone number, email, and then once you do that, once you save it, then you'll have a list of contacts. You can even throw pictures on there too. So you can have a list of contacts in here that you can reference for anybody that you want to contact here quickly.
Yeah, but how?
Well, and we'll cover more just a little bit, I promise. All right, let's skip that. All right, so these are all the things that we covered. We learned about digital learning, which is, hey, we need to know what's going on in the world with our technology so we can stay connected with this changing world. When we identify some statistics about digital learning with older adults, and then we realize the solution is to learn. We have to educate ourselves. We have to get familiar. And we looked at a couple tasks, and we still have a lot of questions, which is great. And we are going to transition now into some other upcoming events. So I love the questions, I love the feedback, and I love that you guys came here. And I want you guys to continue to come here to the library. So the next class, Centennial Hills, in January, 11 a.m. on January 12th. So if there's some other specific questions that you have, bring them to this class, and then we'll go over them. And then now that I have a lot more feedback on what you all are, having challenges with, I can incorporate that into the next class, and maybe we can go into further detail with more pictures and more examples, so that way we know how to get certain things done. So contacts, and then how to save contacts, that's on my mind right now, so I will get that into the next curriculum, as well as a deeper dive into downloading applications. Maybe we will even cover some more about social media. Windmill.
I don't care about social media.
You don't care about social media.
I know how to do it on the phone and get from, on the other phone, all I had to do was click on the address, and then I don't know how to put the names and the addresses in.
Yeah, I got you covered, I promise.
Can we do WhatsApp next time?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how to answer to an email and these things.
Yeah, we can cover that too. Absolutely. So, just real quick, these are the information. This is the information that I covered. So, Pew Research is, or the Pew Research Center is the entity that did the surveys on the individuals. So, if you want to go there and look at that data is there. And let's go ahead and answer some specific questions. So, let's, you want to know about emails, right?
Yeah, because I answer them on my computer, but I don't know how to answer them here.
Okay. So, who uses email here? Okay. And then, what type of email? Gmail?
Gmail.
Gmail? AOL? Okay.
Well, I've got a Gmail account only because I had to with this, but I
Yeah.
use Cox.
Cox, okay.
And I use
Cox, okay.
It's Thunderbird.
Okay, Thunderbird, yeah, I like that, I like that.
But I don't have it on here. I keep that account just on the computer at home.
Okay, perfect.
Gmail, I can show up on here, that's it.
Perfect, okay. So if you know where Gmail is at on your phone, ma'am? So.
Yeah, I get the emails. on
Okay.
the phone. I just don't know how to answer them.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the Gmail app on my phone here real quick, so it's probably hard to see here. So Gmail, the red M, I'm gonna go there real quick, and let's just see here. There's an email here from Amazon. It's asking me about something that I ordered. And then, so if you want to reply to the message, if you open up your email, you're going to look for this little arrow here that has an arrow pointing to the left. So click on that. And then click on that little arrow to the left. That's how you reply back to people. So that's how you reply back to that person.
Oh, just by clicking on there.
Yeah, click on that arrow, and if you all are looking here again, so once again, you click on the email, whatever email that you get, click on the
I
email.
don't see Gmail, nothing.
It's probably under that Google folder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
And if you
it
never,
comes up, I see.
if you never used Gmail before, it may ask you to sign in, but it looks
Yeah, I
like,
use Gmail on my computer.
Okay,
not
perfect.
on my phone.
perfect. So now you have all access to your emails on the phone, and now, so the beauty about Gmail too is that when you check it on your phone, it automatically checks it on the computer for you.
Right.
And then if you want to send messages, if you send it from your phone, it'll also show up on your computer too.
And then how do you get this off?
Hey, there you go.
How do you get this stuff off? See, I got all this stuff I want to erase it.
Oh, delete? Okay, so if you do edit, and then if you tap one of these here.
Oh, okay.
So tap one of the circles, and then hit delete at the top, and then it'll delete the messages.
Oh, okay.
So did that answer your question about
Yes.
replying to emails?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions here?
The Fire Stick.
Yes.
According to you, if that's what it's called, Fire Stick?
Yeah, Fire TV Stick.
Fire TV stick.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look that up and look into it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And I think that they may be running a couple sales, but they're like 30 or 40 bucks. So they're pretty inexpensive.
Is there a monthly charge on it too?
No, not for the stick, but for the services, like if you're talking about using like Netflix or Hulu, those have monthly charges for them. But the stick itself, you buy it one time and then you use it. That's pretty much it. Are you all like Amazon users at all?
Yeah, to a degree, a lot more eBay stuff.
Okay, I got you.
But for movies and all that, we use this place.
Yeah. That's a little secret that nobody knows about, or nobody talks about that often. If you're in the movies, you need to be checking out the stuff at the library. They have the hookup on all the movies. I tell you what. YouTube, yeah, absolutely. So for YouTube, do you have any favorite, like either movies or?
That's on the computer, it's movies.
Okay,
That's the only reason I use it.
perfect. And then you know how to use YouTube on your phone?
No,
Okay.
I don't want to get into all of that part, I just want to figure out how to do this.
Okay, yeah, and we have some challenges with that, so we'll look into that. Any other questions?
Just right at the library.
Is there anybody wanting to? I had a book of, what do you call it, you know, that you could read on the, like this,
Yes.
and it died, so I had to buy a new one, and then they gave me this new fire thing. And I had to know, do you know of anybody that teaches class on that? Use those things?
Well, I know a guy who that. So is it, so we're talking about the Kindle Fire?
The Kindle Fire, that's,
Okay.
I couldn't think of the name, Kindle
Yeah,
Fire.
I got
yes.
one, so we can probably incorporate that into the next class.
Oh, that would be great.
So, ebooks, are you into that?
Yes.
ebooks?
Yes, yes.
Okay, anybody else familiar with ebooks in here?
Yes, but I'm not into it.
Okay. So the cool thing about ebooks, and this is where the library comes into play. So the cool thing about ebooks, so instead of lugging around a physical book, and let's just say that you got a novel. I mean, who wants to carry a novel around? You're, riding in the Uber, you got to carry that in your bag. You can download those things to your phone or to your tablet, and then you can carry thousands of books with you on one device. And the beauty about having a library card is that you can get access to ebooks through the library, and you can have those downloaded to your phone or to your device, and then you can read, check out, and use those up to 21 days. So that's how I do a lot of learning, is through the ebooks. Audiobooks, anybody use audiobooks here?
Books on tape stuff?
Yeah, that type of
We do
stuff.
it here for trips.
Yeah, that's perfect for that. You can do that too with the library. So library card, you download some audiobooks. So anything that you want to learn about, anything from business to cooking to, sports, there's probably an ebook out there. You can download it and you can have that up to about 21 days. And then once it's done, it'll automatically check itself out. You don't have to worry about late fees. So definitely take advantage of your library card and then using these digital technologies, because it makes it so much easier to get that information in and then be that much more smarter with this type of stuff.
Yeah, I was buying it from Amazon, but if I can get it for free from the library, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Was it Fire TV stick or Fire Stick TV?
Just look up Fire TV Stick or just.
Fire TV stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazon, Fire TV, anything like that, yeah.
Where the TV fit in there.
Yeah. So just look it up, it'll come up and you can't miss it. So I have a question. What else is frustrating you about technology in general? Greatest challenges, what you hate about it. Lay it on me so I can figure this out so we can get more information out there to you all.
Like this, people are more isolated now.
Yeah.
We need to communicate with real people, not online. We don't really
That's why I'm also about getting people just in Las Vegas, so you can meet some of your library.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're talking to somebody in Paris, France, you can't do that.
right. So I hear you on that one.
Yeah, but you don't have to talk about it, because most people are not bothered by that, especially your age.
Right.
They don't realize how isolated we are,
Yeah,
because they are not into philosophy. They love technology, then that's great.
Yeah, I know what you're saying with that. So I have a quick story here that I'll just share about isolation in technology. So I mentioned earlier that I work from home. And so when I've been working from home the last 6.5 years. So when I first started working from home, I did not realize how much of an impact that had on my social connections. So by me going to work and then getting up and going out the house, I didn't really have to think about it. Like, I would actually interact with people on a daily basis. So once I got cut off and it's just me, this computer, and these phones, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm in a prison right now. Like, I need to talk to somebody. So I've had to learn to put myself more out there and to develop those social connections. So I did leverage technology to do some of that. But I realized that when you're just stuck with your technology and then you're just looking at the screen here, there's not a whole lot of relationship building that you can do with this. So by me talking to you and we're looking at each other and kind of getting the feel for one another, technology can't replace this. But we can make our lives better and enrich by using technology to get together and to have classes like this, ask questions, learn and share, and that's what's going to make our lives that much more better. So it's something that we're going to have to work on with the younger generation, because they've just grown up with this stuff in their face, and they don't truly understand how much of an impact it is when we can sit down at the table and look at each other in the eye and really develop that type of relationship.
Yeah, it's wiping the kids out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a very embarrassing question.
Go ahead.
I forgot your name.
Oh, okay. My name is Jamal Abbott.
Jamal.
I should have put my name on here. That is so silly.
You didn't have one of your first slides.
You gave it to us, but that just was very bad.
It's all right. It's all right. So Jamal, Jahmaal ABB. OTT. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave my contact information. You don't have to contact me. So if you all ever decide to get on social media one day, I can be found at Jamal Abbott. And that's almost on all social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, whatever else is out there, I might be hanging out there. Another thing too, I'll leave my email here. So, Jamal. At the phone guy. .com. And don't forget the A. It's
Yeah.
special.
Because there is a one with an E.
Right, yeah. So that's where I can be reached at if there's any questions. But I definitely did enjoy doing this class and getting the feedback and then answering the questions. So shoot out any other questions you may have.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You've done- You've been very informative and very patient with us.
No problem, no problem. So if there's any specifics that we want to look at, especially your phone with the disabled, or any contacts, just let me know. I'm hanging out here a
That's
little
right,
bit.
I need to know how to put that in and get the address in too.
Okay, yeah.
Or the maps.
No, in the contacts.